everyone, it's Lindsay and welcome back to my channel. So I have been filming a super secret video for the past year and today I finally get to share with you guys and I'm so excited. I didn't actually know how this was all gonna turn out. It was a bit of an experiment. I knew that this was gonna be the year that The Glass Witch, my debut novel, was going to come out. And I wanted to make sure that I was fully immersed in every moment. And to do so, I decided to write myself letters. So my past self wrote letters to my debut self. And each of these letters contained a message that I was supposed to open at certain monumental moments debut year. So starting January 1st, I wrote all these out. I decorated them super cute. I used my new little wax and stamp kit to make them seem very, very official. Into the year I went, not really knowing what to expect, hoping for the best, kind of always expecting the worst. You'll be better that way. The moments that I was supposed to open each letter are as follows. The first day of debut year, my first author event, The Glass Witch release day, holding my book for the first time, seeing my book in stores for the first time, my first debut disappointment, and being tagged in my first negative review. These were all things I assumed at the beginning of the year that I would experience as a debut author. So let's go on a journey back to January 1st, 2022 of my debut year. Well, hello, Happy New Year. Please excuse my appearance and my lack of enthusiasm. I'm currently very hungover from a migraine. So I'm all better now, my pain is gone, but I just feel very achy and very tender and very nauseous and very tired. So 2022! But I really wanted to be able to do this video the way that I planned. So regardless of how I'm feeling, we are starting this video by opening my first day of debut year. This one. I kind of forget what they all say. So when I open them, they'll all be just like a little surprise to myself. Dear debut Lindsay, we made it. We actually got an agent, still not real. Sold a book, extra not real. And it's coming out this year. This year, the year of our Lord 2002 and 20. I can't guess how this year is going to turn out other than knowing that it will be both exciting and very stressful. This means, and I put this in all caps, don't get overwhelmed by the small stuff. Seriously, remember, if it doesn't matter in 5 years, it's not worth stressing over. Take a step back, ground yourself, and move on. Also, because I know you, don't try to do more than you can handle. I'm already doing more than I can handle. So this is perfect. Also, because I know you don't try to do more than you can handle. You were sick and your body is not going to let you forget it. You might as well remember that instead of your body telling you with a pain flare. I mean, I really didn't have to come from my own jugular that hard. I feel like the reason I got my last migraine is because I was trying to figure out all my marketing stuff beforehand. It was December, Lindsay. Record everything. The good, the bad, the ugly, and all the feelings and all the rants, either on film or on paper. Trust me, one day you'll be happy to have those memories to look back on. And don't forget to bask in your own success. You've made it. You are becoming what you've always wanted to be, and it's happening this year. And then I said, go forth and conquer, baby, in the Ace Ventura voice. So go forth and conquer, baby. You truly passed, Lindsay. Okay, yeah, I'm really happy I wrote these for myself. It is time for my next letter, the one I wrote to myself about getting to hold my arcs for the first time. Literally don't even remember what I said, so let's just find out together. Okay. Dear The Glass Witch holding Lindsay, I'm trying to write this letter and I don't even know where to begin. I can't tell if how I'm imagining you or feeling in my head is ridiculously exaggerated or nowhere near emotional enough. All I can think to write is, you made this. All the sleepless nights, the frustration, the rejections, the heartache, they birthed this beautiful, wonderful, weird, goofy book. A star fragment that now lives and breathes and can be experienced by others, annotated, dog-eared, discussed, snarkily reviewed, thrown in backpacks and ran over by library scanners, shared and loved all on its own. And if that's not the most beautiful thing about art, I don't know what is. Truly you, past Lindsay.
So we have the arcs here. It's time! Let's go. Maybe she's talking about not you. The whole family is in here as well. Wiener is under the chair growling because she's mad that we all got her box in.
Hello. Okay, so I don't have good lighting for this clip, and given the letter we're about to open, I think it makes sense that it's a little bit more crappy. Okay, we are going to be opening my first debut disappointment. It's funny because when I pulled out these stack of letters that are still left unopened, the first thing that I saw was seeing my book in store for the first time. And these are directly correlated because I don't know if this is gonna happen now. I just wanna say this has absolutely nothing to do with my publisher, my editor, anyone. Like, they have been lovely through this whole thing. But, and by the time you're watching this, maybe you know, so it's not even like that much of a shock, but it is a shock to me. Barnes & Nobles is implementing this new thing where they are not stocking as many hardcovers as they once were to cut down on costs, to be able to survive, basically. As I have been told in this moment, on August 17th, 2022, they are not stocking like 90% of their books in hardcover anymore, that they are doing an experiment where they want to try and move to soft cover only or something. I don't really know exactly what's going on. I don't know if anyone really does at this point. But I just got an email from my editor saying that Barnes & Noble has passed on stocking in store the Glass Witch. And that means I won't be able to go inside of a Barnes & Noble and pick up my book and buy it, which really sucks because that was kind of like on my dream bucket list. And yeah, that really sucks. I'm not gonna think about that too much right now because I don't really want to cry on camera. And anyway, who knows, maybe if I sell enough hardcovers in other places, Barnes & Noble will be able to buy the paperback in like a year or so. But I have to sell enough hard copies to get a paperback, right? That's how this works. So that's why it's kind of a disappointment. So let's open this letter, shall we? Also, I would like to say I, again, am not the only person impacted by this. So lots of people are dealing with this. It really sucks for marginalized communities who already have a hard enough time getting through the industry as it is. At the same time, I feel like I can play devil's advocate and say, like, I understand, because I do want Barnes & Noble to stay open, because I don't want Amazon to be the only place where you can buy books, which looks like that's where it's going anyway. And Barnes & Noble is just trying to do anything it can to stay afloat, and this is one of those things. So maybe, who knows, this will be good in the long run. Right now, it feels like a huge disappointment, so I'm gonna read my letter. Dear disappointed debut. Well, you knew it would happen at some point. Nothing can be perfect, and something was bound to fall through, get spoiled, or just not be what you had hoped. I can't begin to guess what you're going through, since the list of possible debut disappointments would be a mile long, but I will try to vomit up as much advice or hype for you, and hopefully at least one will apply. I never thought this would be it, so let's see. Number 1, you still got a book deal. A really good one. Like, less than a single % of the population accomplishes that. So no matter what happened, you are still that witch. Okay, that's true. It's not the end of the world, promise. Wow, I'm really glad I wrote myself this letter. Number 3, there will be other opportunities. Again, see number 2. Number 4, your entire career is not dependent on this book. It's important, but it's not the end of your job. If something doesn't go to plan, you will be fine. And then I go on to have special circumstances. So if the special circumstance was a rude interaction, number 5 is option 1. That person's opinion really doesn't matter. You wrote this book you were meant to write, so don't worry about it. Again, see number 1, which was you still got a book deal. Option 2, rude person was really out of line, and they are probably a 34-year-old rotten cabbage with no money, no prospects, and a rather unfortunate set of post-quarantine bangs. You are better than a rotten cabbage with bad bangs. Truly you, Lindsay. Well, no one's been rude to me yet, but I would say the first 4 were still very helpful. God, I'm so glad I wrote this letter. Holy moly, because I could have spiraled. I could have started spiraling. And I haven't even thought about how this would actually like numerically impact my sales. Maybe by the time you guys watch this, I'll be like totally fine. I'll be like, oh, that didn't matter at all. But it's kind of like the goal and the dream of just going in there and like buying or signing my book, you know, that whole thing. Which we're not going to think about. We're going to focus on numbers 1 through 4, which was I did get a book deal. Number 2, it's not the end of the world, which it is not. It is not the end of the world. See, again, I got a book deal. That's impossibly amazing. There will be other opportunities. Here we go, Amazon. And number 4, my entire career is not dependent on this. So I think I am going to pop this letter up where I can see it for the next couple days and try not to freak out. And I think this will be helping a lot. And also, I do just want to say that it is still possible to buy my hardcover book from Barnes & Noble. Like, you can totally still do that. I'm sure I've got the links in the description. You just cannot buy it in store. They're not stocking them in store, which is the bummer. So, blah. I'll feel better eventually. It's quite alright. It could be worse. I mean, my book could have got canceled or something. Wiener jumped up here illegally to try to comfort me. Call Meal. Call Meal. It's okay. 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 Hello. So I am in St. Louis at the Heartland Fall Forum, and this is my first official author event. This means that I get to open my next letter. It says, "Dear fancy public figure Lindsay." I can already hear my mom screaming at me for cursing on the internet. First of all, you're fancy. I can't imagine how wild it will be to be on the other side of a meet and greet. Second, I know this is stressful. Just think about it while typing this makes my pit spicy. I have no idea if this event will be virtual or in person, but if it's virtual, you got this. You do this all the time on YouTube. If it's in person, well, good luck. Just view this as a new experience. We love to learn and grow. Yay! Honestly, it really has been. Like, anytime that I travel alone, I just feel like I learn and grow so much as a person because I have no idea how to do half of the things. Like, I got stuck on the elevator. It was like a whole thing. Apparently now you have to put, like, this hotel, you put like your room key up against the wall and then you press the floor you have to go to. It was a whole thing. I literally just thought I was stuck on the elevator and like this was how it was gonna end. Like, this is how they find my body. Like, I finally made it to the top. I'm almost published and then I die in an elevator. IDKY, but the idea of talking in front of a group of children scares me more than adults. Maybe because I have an even more unhealthy obsession with making sure children like me now because I felt like they didn't like me when I was their age. I mean, kids did like me when I was a kid, but I was so insecure I felt constantly judged. And then I said in parentheses, it's like I will get up in front of them and then poof, I'm suddenly an awkward chubby 10-year-old again. But I guess overcoming these thoughts and insecurities is kind of what my book is about. And hey, maybe I can even incorporate these fears into a speech for them, LOL. Maybe they will get it. Yes, that's it. Taking all these anxieties into a benevolent sacrifice where the children learn a lesson at my expense makes me feel like I am doing something good. But seriously, you got this. I think you are actually like really, really, really cool, and that's all that matters. Thank you, Past Lindsay. And for the love of all things holy, don't forget to pack your migraine pills. I packed my migraine pills. You truly, Lindsay. Hello. Welcome to the Glass Witch release day. It is like 12:15 a.m. so it's very early in the morning. But I just wanted to go ahead and open this now because I don't know, I think tomorrow's gonna be a bit wild. I want a moment when I'm relaxed and chill. What you doing back there, Max? You do weird stuff? Anyways, I just wanted to be able to relax and enjoy opening this. Let's get this bad boy open. I can't believe that my book is out in the world today. This whole week for me, this entire release week has been nothing but feeling like I'm watching my life, like out of body, like watching someone else act out my life, or, you know, reading fan fiction of my life. Alrighty, here we go. Dear official author Lindsay, I could write on and make you read a whole eloquent book about the long journey, rejection that molded you into steel, your growth, your frustrations, your trials, and after a moving climactic paragraph detailing the moment when you just could not go on any longer, bam, the dark night of the soul is over. Your dreams were accomplished on this day. But all I really want you to do is sit in the moment, You did it. You did it. You did it. Truly you, Lindsay. Hey everyone. Okay, so it is time to open my next letter. I have some really exciting news. I got to see my book in stores for the first time. And I know what you're thinking, like, duh, Lindsay, you had a launch party, like all this stuff. And I know, but it's like different when it's like planned, like you know the bookstore ordered your books because you're having an event there, versus just walking in a bookstore and seeing them there just like randomly. And the most wild part of it all was it was in a Barnes & Noble after Barnes & Noble just a few months ago sent a letter to my publisher saying that they weren't going to be carrying The Glass Witch in hardcover. So it was just wild to see it actually in there. And the store is so sweet and they were so excited to have a local author and they just really want to be doing the absolute most for me. So I feel so happy and I can't wait to open this letter because this was, I don't know, this was just like a really big moment for me because my dream was like to always go into like a Barnes & Noble and buy my book. So it was like really cool seeing it there when I thought I never was. Like I thought I was just going to be seeing it in indie stores, which is also great, but like, you know. So let's open this. Okay, this is a short one. This is a short one. Dear Lindsay, who is seeing her book in stores for the first time. When you thought of your dream of becoming an author, it was never images of sprawling book signing lines, first-class flights to vendor conferences, or reader interviews with my favorite podcast. Nor was it hoity-toity penthouse parties in New York, although all formal invitations should be addressed to my P.O. Box, LOL. Or seeing your name on a list, capital L, not loopy signatures, celebrity book club stickers, or even fan art, although fan art would be dope. Standing in front of this bookshelf. That is all I imagined. I hope it's everything I dreamed it would be. You truly, Lindsay. It was. And that was it, you guys. That was me opening all of my debut letters. Well, with one very lucky caveat. And I'm honestly so shocked by this. I never had to open being tagged in my first negative review. I feel like I'm jinxing myself by putting that out in the atmosphere. Please don't tag me in your negative reviews. It's just not for me. Like, there's no reason to critique me at this point. The book is out, you know? Give me as many 1 stars as you would like. But just, you don't need to tell me about it. You don't need to tell me about it, okay? But, I mean, it didn't happen. And my book has been out 3 months now, and I'm honestly so shocked. Maybe if the publishing gods continue to smile on me, I'll never have to open it. And honestly, I forget what I wrote in this letter anyway, so let's hope it stays in obscurity. But thank you so much for being on this journey with me. It was so fun doing this video. These letters really hit perfectly at the right time in a lot of ways. And I highly recommend, if you are a debut author, to write letters to yourself to open on your big monumental moments. It really helped me slow down, smell the roses, and enjoy debut year. And it gave me the pickups when I needed them. And yeah, it was just an overall really great experience. So thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, I would love for you to order The Glass Witch. You can find all of the links down below in my link tree to do so. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.